Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Comic Shop Talk on the Late Night Collectors community. I'm your host, Nico, and joined with me today, as always, my co-host, Chris. How you doing?
Hey, not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. Enjoying the nice weather that we've been getting lately. Just set up the balcony, as I was just telling you. So, yeah, enjoying the sun, soaking up the sun, having some beers, and here, ready to talk some comics before we got to, unfortunately, go back to work. So, so good times, guys. Hope you're enjoying the weather out there. If you get some good weather where you're at right now in the summer, start of the summer here, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure to hit that like button, that thumbs up. Make sure to hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of when these videos do come out. Or you can follow us on Instagram at Late Night Collectors Community. Sometimes some of us post videos showing off some of the books we're picking up week to week. Although I will say, Chris, there hasn't been that many big weeks of amazing covers for you lately. So I'll give you an out here. But if there was, I would be like, hey, come on, man, you gotta get that video. Yeah. But if there's like 2 comics, that's gonna be a real short video. You're like, hey, here.
I can show it to you now.
you can show off the tablet. Be like, yeah, this is my digital comic right here.
Some might not I ordered didn't even come in. So
brutal. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but no, for sure. Check us out on Instagram at Late Night Collectors Community. We've been putting out videos showing the comics that we've been picking up week to week that you could see us talk about on the show on there as well. You can also go and check out some of our other playlists. And also check out basically our other YouTube channel here, the Late Night Chat Network that we basically spun out from. We started there and kind of, went and created our own YouTube channel because more of like collector specific content over here. But it's been blowing up, actually. We've been putting out a lot of new videos on there lately. We've been doing Game of Thrones kind of reviews with House of the Dragon coming up soon, the new season, June 16th, that comes out. We've been trying to put out review of episode by episode of House of the Dragon if you guys are into Game of Thrones. So that's going to be all out before the new season. We've also been putting out, I've been making some music mixes over there that have been blowing up. Lots of subscribers, lots of action going on over there on that channel. So make sure to go check that out and get our subscriber count up over there. So hopefully we can start monetizing some of this content. That'd be nice, right? It's been good. There's a lot of action going on over there. New comics this week. We're going to be talking about the week of May 15th, 2024. And as always, spoiler warning, guys. Make sure to read your books and come back if you're worried about getting spoiled about something. We're going to be showing off some of the art, talking about what happens in some of the books. Smaller week this week, though. So anyways, that all being said, Chris.
All right, let's talk comics.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And also, we're going to be talking about some DC comic solicitations at the end of this episode. Those have come out now, so if you guys want to look forward to hearing about what we're going to be picking up from DC Comics in the summer there, make sure to stick around for that. All right, first up on the docket, we got Action Comics 1065 as House of Brainiac continues here.
Yeah, I got this just regular cover A issue there. And yeah, I didn't mind this one, just moving the story along. But now I think this is almost playing second fiddle to the Absolute Power event. It's sort of lost some of its steam. But just the way it's going through there, I liked all the action with Lobo and Superman, fighting these other lost Zarnians or whatever, and the stuff that's going on inside the Brainiac spaceship. I have no idea what's happening in there. I think Superboy and Supergirl have been shrunk, but they have no powers, and I don't know, there's some dogs hunting them or something, and then weren't there a couple villains that were kind of strapped up to suck their power, and Supergirl or one of the super kids or people they're talking to him, trying to, kind of set him free to help things out.
Yeah, Parasite.
Overall, yeah, it was a decent comic. Nothing crazy happened in there, I think, and I don't think there was any big spoiler at the end. But
no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been good. I think it started off really strong, and it's continuing to be enjoyable. We've been getting good art. I think the kind of issues from Superman action to Superman and to the specials and everything has felt quite seamless, from one thing to the next. I think they've been linking all the books together that are tied into this like event or whatever, if you want to call it that, or crossover event essentially. It's been enjoyable still. I you know, it's been keeping my attention. I mean, I've just been reading this one digitally, but I think as far as a Superman event type of story goes, I think it's been entertaining. It's been keeping my attention. So, and then in this one, I think you had a backup of Brainiac. His son is in the Legion of Superheroes, so you get like a little backup. Oh yeah, we see Space Cabbie in this issue, that's a fucking deep cut character right there. I can't tell you the last time I seen him in something, so that was kind of neat. But yeah, it was like a backup of one of the Legion of Superheroes, Brainiac, whatever his name is, Brainiac, like, and it's like a number. I don't really know too much about the Legion, but he's I think his son in the future, essentially, because that's the whole Legion thing, is that they're from the future, and they there's like a whole thing where they're talking to one another. I guess Brainiac's talking to his son there. Maybe he's one of the people I guess he has imprisoned here, right? I guess that's what's going on. So yeah, Brainiac and son, yeah. That was okay.
Well, wasn't there that thing there at the end with Lobo's kind of going to take over control of the Zarnians?
Yeah, well, they said that, you know, we heard you're the main man, and you know, you got to prove it to us now. So he's basically, yeah, he's supposed to lead them.
Yeah, basically now you got to prove your loyalty and take out Superman.
That was this scene here, yeah. And so as always, you're going to get a showdown between Lobo and Superman, which, you know, it won't be the first time we've seen it, but they're always he's always a worthy opponent for him. You know what I mean? Because of his crazy like healing factor and
that's it. They're got to find reasons to fight.
Exactly. So, what'd you give this?
3.75.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.75 out of 5. I've enjoyed it. All right, next up we got Doom #1. This random one shot from Jonathan Hickman, and this is the Adi Granov variant.
Yeah, that's the cover I got too. I just didn't get my comic in.
Okay. Yeah, and then what's his name? Sanford Green was the artist on this book, who I really enjoy. I actually own a page of his art. Actually, he's an artist I really like. What'd you think of this, Chris?
Yeah, I think it started out good. You know, he's with Doom floating in space, and you know, someone's trying to pick him up, or they find him, and you know, I guess I don't know how he survived out there, and then like his suit's all beat up, and then it just goes into a whole bunch of kind of, I guess, future events that may or may not happen. That was interesting stuff. I don't know why they put it out, but I'm glad they did. And you know, it's Valeria. Is it Valeria or Valerie Richards?
Valeria. Yeah, Valeria.
Yeah, Valeria. She's out there. You know, I guess I was expecting, you know, wasn't expecting her to be him and Doom and her to kind of be the whole focus of the story. But, you know, it's always good seeing Galactus kind of do Galactus things. And, you know, it was kind of like Galactus was unleashed here almost at one point where, you know, he stopped trying to curb his appetites, let's say, and he just went all out. And it was good, you know, that Doom robot they had, you know, that I guess Doom put out, that was pretty cool. So a lot of like nice ideas in there.
What did you think of the art?
I don't think it was anything crazy, but you know, like you said, you got these good splash scenes. You know, it seems, you know, everybody tried to go up against Galactus, and just like this page is, you know, I'm not saying it's like a great art style for me, but
sure,
it was, you know, good art though.
He didn't phone it in. Is what
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I quite like his style. I mean, yeah, it's a bit cartoony, a bit loose, I would say. You know, he's definitely gotten very like, you know, it's kind of got a style that looks rushed at times, like it's inky for sure. Yeah. But he definitely didn't phone this in. He bought his all. This is an oversized issue. You know, it was a good Doom versus Galactus story, which I actually didn't know it was going to have to do so much with Galactus, actually. But it was kind of nice to see because Hickman did a great run on Fantastic Four. He's written Galactus. He's written Valeria before he's written Doom. Like, so, like, it was kind of nice to see. Again, I don't know why he did this one shot. Maybe it's just, you know, it's to be seen.
Yeah. It almost looks like this is a blueprint for a summer event or something, you know? Like, this could have been stretched out into 6 issues.
Right. Well, that's the thing though. There was a lot said, like this was like, there was a lot of like inner monologuing and like, and you know, dialogue in this issue. But when it all comes down to it, the premise of this issue, like the idea behind it, is fairly simple. The story that they're telling, which is good for a one shot, but they definitely, again, he didn't phone it in either, Hickman. I think it was very well written. It was a good story. I like the art a lot. And he knows these characters. This is great. He does great Valeria, great Galactus, great Doom, classic Doom versus something that's possibly stronger than him. And you see the Celestials in this issue. That's always cool when they show up. So yeah, I was happy with this. I don't know why, again, to echo what you were saying, I don't know why this is a thing or why we got it, but I was happy to have it this week because it was a small week and this was a good comic. I liked it. So what'd you give this out of 5, do you think, this week?
I might push it to a 4.
I'm going to give it a 4 for sure. Yeah, 4 for me out of 5.
Yeah, just looking through that, there's a lot going on in this comic too. Those Molecule Men heralds, that was pretty interesting. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good stuff. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. All right, next up we got Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt #1, which I think we just read because it was such a small week, right? Like I wasn't planning.
I had Spider-Man, and
yeah,
the last Amazing Spider-Man 49 kind of left us with that cliffhanger of the Lizard showing up. What a bait and switch after that, though. Holy moly! I'm glad I didn't buy this.
Yeah,
he comes in, the big battle, and then you find out that the Lizard's going to be teaming up with them, and I know Misty shows up, and Misty has basically the Lizard on a leash. And, that sometimes he can't control himself, or it seems, but other times he got the Lizard talking, and, it's crazy. And, I think the whole premise here is they're looking for Morbius because he has the cure somehow. And I don't know, a lot of people seem to have the cure to this thing. And this Blood Hunt, like every one of these, there's a cure floating around in the main Blood, and they all seem to be different cures.
Right. So I was listening to another comics podcast I enjoy, and the guy surprisingly made a comment about how he actually checked out a bunch of the tie-ins to this event. And he said that there is a lot of quality tie-ins actually coming out of this event, which he was surprised about. And he seems to be all in now as a result. He said there was only one bad one, I think he named, that came out like last week or something, which was the Doctor Strange, the Strange Academy one. But he said otherwise there were some really fun ones. So I don't know. I'll see. I have to see what I'm checking out moving forward.
I think that'd be just fun to see these heroes fighting vampires, and
yeah,
not being part of this whole whatever, like the whole series,
That being said, this was not one of the books he was speaking on. This was the week before when this book had come out, because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't feel that highly about this one. Anyways, that's another reviewer, but I didn't love this either. If it wasn't such a small week, I wasn't going to bother with this one. But the thing that annoyed me the most about this is that they're tapping into the Beyond era of Spider-Man, bringing back Misty Knight and whatever. He's teamed up with Misty Knight before, but like the things that they're referencing are the Beyond era kind of stuff that happened, right? Like they kind of tie in some of that stuff. They say one of the people that was involved in that is now a vampire. So like, I'm just like, which, I know there was some stuff that we liked from the Beyond era, but overall I was not a huge fan of it. Yeah. So like to go back to this for this event, I thought was a mistake, quite frankly. And, I think they could have just made this a lot more fun and more simple than they tried to do in this issue. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't take much. But they tried to actually make like some sort of a story here, which it's not going to matter in 2 issues. Right. So it's just like, whatever. But yeah, Morbius, and it was fine. It was okay, but it wasn't great. Yeah, there he is in his suit.
Yeah, like could have brought some if you're gonna have this little tie-in, bring some better characters in there, man.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Get Cloak and Dagger in there or something. I haven't seen those characters around in a while.
You need Beyond executives dressed in suits that are vampires now.
Why didn't them go back to that crazy room from Beyond that had all that weirdo stuff that was talking?
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh boy, yeah, there was like the sandwiches that were sentient. Like, remember that?
Yeah,
Like
bring us back to that. If you were going to bring anything back from beyond, have Spider-Man freaking end up in that room talking to a sandwich how to
the
fight
bologna
people.
sandwiches or whatever they
I don't
were.
know how to get them.
Oh boy, yeah, this was just
I'm a vampire bologna
yeah,
sandwich.
yeah, exactly. I would have loved that. But that's, I mean, with these tie-ins though, they got to kind of like go for that kind of shit sometimes to make it fun. You're like, because like this isn't a serious event, and this is a
Yeah,
3-issue miniseries, and like at the end of the day, it's just like no one cares about this fucking tie-in, right? Like you gotta have fun with it. Like it's not gonna, and it's taking place right outside the actual main series, so it's not even like you gotta like. You know what I mean? Like, do anything
yeah,
have to do with that story. Like, this is all happening off to the side somewhere. So I just, yeah, I think you're right. For these tie-ins, you got to kind of have some sort of a fun idea going into them. I think, especially for like a 3-issue series. Like, this is not it. This was bad in the sense that it was boring bad. Like, I could have appreciated if they went for something wacky like that, right? But this is like not even that. So, anyways, what'd you give this?
yeah. It's a 3.5.
Whoa, that's high for me. I gotta go like I gotta go like
3.25,
yeah,
3.3.
I gotta go 3 for this. It was just boring to me, so yeah, I gotta give it a 3. All right, next up, I got a couple books here that I read this week. Fish Flies number 6. Yeah, this is definitely one, Chris. I know you've been reading this, and if you get the chance to read this issue before the next issue, which is the last issue, I highly suggest to check it out. This was a good one. This is kind of it's weird with one more issue to go. They kind of took this issue to like the mother whose kid was in the hospital that got shot at the start of all this. The issue opens up with her going to a friend of hers house that also um is like I guess she's like a psychic or something. Like at least that's what she does. She's like runs one of those businesses where she like, tells people's fortunes and does card shit like tarot. And she lets her in because she's like, oh, it's about my son. And she's like, okay, like she comes at some crazy hour because she's been wandering around, right? Trying to get to the bottom of why all this shit's happening, as we know. And then she's like, okay, yeah, come in. And then she's sitting there and, she starts to do like whatever her fortune thing. And she's like, that I just do this, like, this isn't real, any of this shit. And like, and she thinks that she's going to be able to help her in some regards, with what had happened with her, like, with her son being in the hospital or that she can get to the bottom of what's been happening. And all of a sudden she pulls a card there and it's got like some of the symbolism that we've seen on the trees more recently in this book, like in the woods. And then she gets like zapped and like in her head, she goes to like some other like past time, like it plays out in her head. And then another artist who's, I guess, another Canadian artist who I've never heard of that Jeff Lemire actually brought on to this issue tells the story of like, I guess, like what had happened back in the day in Canada, in like some like reservation or something like that, or some area where like it was like, they owned the plot of land, these people, and these people came from another place outside of Canada who bought the land, and they told them to fuck off, and like this is our land, and like you can't have it. And basically, like, I guess the woman that this guy was married to that he came there with, it seems is into like some sort of like, I don't know if she was a witch or like some sort of spiritualism type shit or some sort of incant. Like she basically knows how to like make those symbols and do this kind of stuff. It seems like she's so she keeps warning him, like, these guys came around the house. We need to like leave this place right away. And he's like, nah, they're just blowing smoke. They're not going to do nothing. These guys aren't tough. Trust me. And anyways, they come around sniffing around one day in the middle of the night. They end up letting off a gun. They end up killing this woman's son. And the father is out, well, I don't know, hunting, or he's not there. I forgot what happened, but he's not actually there at the house when this all goes down. And the kid gets shot, like basically similar to what has happened with the woman in present day time in this story. So the kid gets shot. So then this woman takes it upon herself, like she grabs a gun and she goes like tracking these guys down, and she gets revenge. She gets revenge on these guys. But there's a whole scene where the guy, she makes him like by gun point, like he has like a shotgun on him. She makes him like walk into this like like a symbol that she drew on the ground, and basically he transforms into the like a bunch of fish flies while when he was in there swarm him, like happen to swarm him and attack him. while he's there, and then he turns into one of these fucking fish flies. So I guess they're tracing back. There's some sort of supernatural cause, and this, it may be legit, whatever has happened to the main character in the book there, the guy who shot the kid. And this is like some sort of like bad kind of omen, like something like, you know, he, like, this happened to him because he fucking shot the kid, and it was on the same ground as like this had happened to this other person in the past. So yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I didn't expect it to go this way, but we do get kind of a little bit of an explanation outside of the main story as to why this could be going on. And with one more issue to go, it's kind of interesting. I'm interested to see how it all kind of goes, you know, what goes down next issue with this, because like, by all means, this guy did shoot her kid. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. And again, I said spoilers, guys. At the end of this issue, the kid turns out that he dies in the hospital when his mother was out. Yeah, so we actually cuts away from her having this like this vision at her friends there that does the like the what do you call it, fortune teller woman. And it cuts to a scene in the hospital, and the kid just fades away, like he ends up dying in the hospital. So like, I don't know what's gonna happen now. So it's kind of interesting, and I kind of like the artist. The artist actually really worked well, like, even though it wasn't Jeff Lemire, I think his style lent itself to like kind of Jeff Lemire style. And then you got some end cap and the main few pages that were by Jeff Lemire too. Like when it goes in and out of the vision, it's back to Jeff Lemire's art. Yeah, really great stuff. I've really enjoyed this story. I'm looking forward to the conclusion, and I thought this was an interesting issue that I was not expecting like it to go the direction it went in. I give this like a 4.25 out of 5 this week. Good stuff. Next up, we got Redcoat #2. So this was the book I think I said I was least interested in out of all those new Ghost Machine Jeff Johns books, out of the 3 that he launched back a month or so ago. And yeah, I think that still rings true. I mean, Geiger has been great. I think 2 issues in, this is okay. It's kind of like some weird, like, revisionist history type stuff, like using characters from historical times, like throughout history, and you know, the fact that this guy's a red coat. But there's basically now there's a kid version of Albert Einstein that tracked him down at the end of last issue that's with him. And also there's another person. It's what's his name? That whole Revere, like the guy who basically was the traitor essentially in that whole thing. He ends up showing up in this issue, and he is also, I guess, for whatever, somehow also was zapped by that power that made this guy immortal. He also has that power as well. Sorry, Benedict Arnold. That's it. Benedict Arnold is in this as well. So like, you know, I mean, like if you know, I guess, your American history, there's reference to a lot of things in this, but this guy is just a piece of shit though. And he's just like, I don't know, like a bum, and he's immortal, and he's kind of a dick. And I don't know if we're supposed to be rooting for this guy, but like, I don't mind like when the main character is like that. Like I enjoy it sometimes, but I don't know. This one's kind of difficult to even really have that much interest or root for what's going on with this character in this story, because I don't know if there's any redeeming qualities that they've really shown as of yet for this guy. So I don't know what's like, I'm not very interested in him, to be honest with you. Like, the art's okay. The story's okay, but I don't really think I need to know what happens to this guy, honestly. So I we'll see next issue if I read it or not. But it's probably the weakest of the Ghost Machine stuff for me. I'd probably give this one a 3.25 out of 5 this week. So, all right. Next up, Napalm Lullaby #3. Rick Remender. Bengal on art. This was good, but I think they're losing me a bit, man. Like, I think this might be something read better in one big chunk in a trade. Like, I know, like, the first couple of issues, I give Remender lots of rope. Lots of opportunity to bring us into these new worlds, and like, you know what I mean? It's paid off. I mean, I'll give it the first arc. It's paid off for things like Sacrificers and other stuff that I've read by him before. But this one's like, I don't know if I'm so interested in this story either, what's being told here, or if it's just going to read better in one big chunk. So basically at the end of the last issue, they got led into this city that's basically like, I don't know, like a heaven, like a false heaven of sorts, where there's like a bunch of worshipers to the ways that people live their lives in this future setting. And they go in there, and the kid starts having these headaches because like like people that are like just like shitty people and that are fucking like not the real deal. I guess like he gets like it fucks with his head. So like there's all these people that are trying to pretend like they're these devout like kind of followers of what's going on in this book and this new religion or like way of life and all that. And it's one of those things where he can feel their thoughts and stuff like that when he's in the city, like something like along the lines of that. I just don't know how into some of the themes in this book I am in terms of like the religious aspects and like the stuff that this is also in a future setting. So I don't know. Basically though, in this issue, the guy that they go into the city with gets taken out. So it's just the two kids by the end of this. And there's some guy who emerges that looks like he's like some sort of angelic figure, but I don't think he is. But it looks like, that this is maybe who they all are, they think is their god or something. That's the thing. I'm not also very clear, 100% clear on what's been happening either. I feel like we've been learning more and more about this world every issue, but that's why I just don't know if it's going to be giving me enough to latch onto every issue moving forward. So I think I'll give it the rest of the first arc and see. Otherwise, I might just read this one in trade because it's not bad. I just don't know if it's not as good as Sacrificers has been and paid off in that sense and has continued to be good. I'm just less interested in this, I think, but we'll see. I'll give this 3.5 though. It wasn't a bad issue. I just thought, I just don't know if I'm in it for the long haul or not. And then lastly, I got Ultimate X-Men #3. Not too much more to add on this. Again, I only read this because it was a smaller week. I don't think I'll be really revisiting this. I said that last issue, but then we got such a small week this week. I was like, oh, okay, what the hell? Storm basically is in this issue. We learn more about Storm, and they're kind of like the three girls that have come together in this. You learn more about the school. You learn more about some of the other aspects of like this bad guy, that's basically like in his house with all these like totems on his head that we seen last issue. And he has a cat that attacks her and it like singes her arm. So like there's something going on with that guy that we're not exactly clear on, but she's having like bad dreams and stuff like that now. And basically this has a lot to do with the Storm character trying to learn how to control her powers. And by the end of this, it's recognized that they all share some sort of a bond, that they all have powers, that they're all not normal, that they're mutants possibly. So it is, I mean, you might get some sort of a formation of some sort of a team, or this being more of an X-Men book by the end of this first arc. I'm not sure, but for now, I think it's just been visually good in the Peach Momoko art. So I will say that I still really do like the look of this book. But I'll give this, I'll give it a 3.5 still. I did enjoy it, but it's still not a great X-Men book. I will say that. I don't know what to think of it, but I'm probably not going to continue reading it. All right, Chris, Weapon X #4.
Yeah. Oof. What a brutal series. Like, it sounded good on paper, like I remember when this came out, there's all these, great sort of Wolverines. And like, I think the second issue, I thought it might turn the corner, but this one was even worse. Like, and this is the last issue. I'm glad it's the last issue, but it was brutal. Like, what are they doing to Old Man Logan? Like, I thought his whole deal was he's not popping his claws anymore because of all the things he's done.
Yeah.
And I thought that's like, that's canon. If he's gonna pop his claws, it's got to be for something freaking worthwhile, not for the end of this this Weapon X-Men series. And the way the situation resolves is just freaking baloney. And they all have happy endings at the end, I think. Like, what do they have? I guess Wolverine basically turns on them all so Phoenix can give Onslaught her powers, and knowing that, once Onslaught becomes all powerful, he'll realize the error of his ways. Come on. Brutal.
Yeah, I agree. This was not great. And it is a waste of I think a good idea for a series, and it turned out to be ultimately pointless.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about this. I think it's a waste of bringing all these multiple universe Wolverines together. Like, I just think this was a lousy fucking mission statement of a story. It feels like he should have spent a little bit more time into trying to figure out a way to bring these guys together for something.
Yeah, they got fighting those stupid Sabretooth family creeds or whatever. That would have been more interesting.
this ultimately, I did like this part though when he sent them to all, he could send them to whatever universes they wanted, and the zombie Wolverine he gets sent to this Man Thing world
Yeah.
because he can't. He's like, he's like, I'm not a vegetarian, or I don't like vegetables or whatever. No, because he wanted to go somewhere where they wanted to put him somewhere because he's like, yeah, there's no more food in like my world because it's overrun by zombies, right? And so she's like, oh, okay, well, I got to put you somewhere where you can't hurt people though. And
well, if isn't Onslaught all so powerful, why does he just freaking make them better?
Yeah, it's just a stupid fucking idea for a series. I honestly, like, what a lousy, and that's the thing, is this just turned into a thing where you it was just an analysis of a bunch of the Wolverines' lives, essentially. Like, it had nothing to do with the mission, really. Like, it really, because it was such a phony baloney fucking reasoning for them to get together. Like, this is what you get. All these
Wolverines. Yeah, and what? Freaking old man Logan ends up with Phoenix. I mean, I guess Phoenix isn't a Phoenix anymore. And
like, you might as well have fucking turned this into a miniseries where all the fucking multiple Wolverines go and help with the Orcus shit that's going on in the fucking end. And like, why is this, like, it seems like such a waste, like, of these characters. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It was pointless, and at the end of the day, and I didn't like it. I liked it less and less each issue, honestly. Yeah. Anyways, what'd you give this?
I got to say like a 2 or something. I don't know. 2.5.
I'll give it a 2.75. Yeah, I had to give it less than a 3 though. Yeah, you're right, because it was. Yeah, maybe I'm with you on 2.5. I really wish that he did something with this series. Out of just pure dislike, it's up there. Remember this. It might be coming handy at the end of the year. All right, and then finally, another book we weren't too hot on last issue, X-Men Forever number 4.
Oh, no way. That's when heated up hard. Yeah, not. I have no idea what happened in here.
Which is also the end of this series. Go ahead. What'd you think?
I don't know. I have no idea what happened in there. Not one bit. Like, is Phoenix? I don't know. I read it. I don't know what's going on one bit. I don't remember anything. Oh, that's the stuff with what's her name, Mystique.
Yeah.
And doesn't they end up talking with Charles?
Yeah.
And like, what's he up to? This Charles Xavier. Like, has he got some big plan on? Because why is he still helping him if he's supposed to be a super villain?
He could turn it around that last issue, and like, so basically,
is Legion a gun here or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know when that happened or where that happened.
I think this miniseries, I'm gonna chalk this up to, this is a miniseries I feel like you have had to have been reading all the X-Men books that have been coming out to understand this. No, I can't. I honestly, like, I don't think we're that stupid. We've been reading a lot of this X-Men stuff. There's a lot of things that seem to have come out of nowhere here, right? Like, I don't know. And like, characters I feel like we haven't seen personally in the books we've been reading. So I think that that has to
yeah, maybe it's out there somewhere in other books, but.
Well, this is Al Ewing. Is this Al Ewing who wrote this one? Yeah. No, this is Gillen. So I don't know what the fuck is going on here, because Gillen wrote that other. He's been writing 2 of the main series, and even the fall of the of X, or whatever the fuck it's called. Jesus, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they're trying to shoehorn these stupid Dominions into this whole story. Like, the story was strong enough with just the Orcus fighting. And never mind having those Dominions with Sinister in there and all this baloney.
No, I'm with you. I mean, this story, I think this miniseries continued the story that got set up in those other miniseries that are going on right now too, the Rise and Fall. I think it's mainly focused with this whole reset that they're trying to accomplish, I think, with the Phoenix. So there's that whole part of it that I somewhat understand how that's coming together here. But you're right. I don't know what's going on with Charles. I think basically we've been led to believe this whole time that Charles has lost his way. But you're right. This is kind of giving you some questionability whether or not that's the case. And then it ends on that really fucking weird side note of those people that are in that world that just got left behind, of the kids, right? What the hell? Like, they keep going back to that. I'm just like, what?
Them and their stupid tubers. That's all they talk about. Is this like trying to sell potatoes? Is this what this comic's trying to do?
Like, get away from this storyline, right? Like, we don't want to fucking, yeah, it seems tragic every time they go back to it. I'm like, I want to fucking keep revisiting this. Oh man. But you know what?
Every time they go back to that world, they should have that kid there eating a potato.
The tuber, yeah. You know what? I thought the art was really good, but there's a lot of shit I didn't understand either. So I'm with you. I think this is just, I think, a result of too many fucking X-Men books, too many storylines all tying together at the end here.
Yeah.
I thankfully we are not as lost, I feel like, when it comes to the main X-Men title and those rise and fall ones, but this one, there's some shit in here which I think I'm sure will tie into what's about to come next. So I think the big takeaway here is this shit that happened with Hope and the Phoenix and everything else, but like, you know, and then, you know, there's Nightcrawler and with his mom's there in the mix. So I don't know. Other than that, I can't tell you too much about this either. What'd you give this?
Yeah, 3.5.
I mean, I give it 3.25. There's the thing. I think I would give it more if I understood it. I don't think it's bad, but yeah, I'll give it. That's why I'm going to say.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if it's bad. It could be great.
Yeah, I'll give it 3.25 though. All right, well, that's going to do it for the books we wanted to talk about this week, guys, that we read. But let's look at some solicitations here before I let you know what we're looking forward to reading next week. We got the DC comic solicitations out, at least for now, and then stay tuned next week. We'll have the Marvel and probably like Image, like some of the other publishers available. Right now, it looks like I got the DC at least. So let's take a look. All right. So shout out to comicreleases.com. This is the site that we normally use to look at solicitations. We have no affiliation with them, but it's just a good site I like using usually. It's a lot easier on your browser. Although, you know what? Comicreleases.com, I got to call you out for this. I don't like how you're separating all the books.
Yeah, I don't know how they separate them, but
I mean, because, you know, DC, it's just like, oh, here's all the Bat titles. Here's all these titles. So I don't know. I just would prefer it not to be like that. But anyways, here we are. So at first, we're going to be looking at the Absolute Power books. I guess all the tie-ins for this is for August 2024 for DC Comics. Absolute Power #2. Yes.
Yeah, I'll probably grab that.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing too crazy in terms of covers.
No.
But it does seem to be like, yeah, because it's like storylines, I guess, from Superman, Batman, and the Suicide Squad miniseries that's going on right now, from what I understand. Absolute Power Task Force. No, not going to read that.
Yeah, that's like a weekly one, too, I think.
It is, yeah.
I just want to get hosed on it. I hope it's not good.
Yeah, I have no interest in this one, but yeah, you got number 4 and 5 coming out this month. Absolute Power Origins #2.
Nah, I'm out.
No. Batman 151. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, is it Bizarro? Oh, that's a cool variant. The superpowers figure. Yeah, nothing too crazy here. Oh, some Bat Sauna action. Watch out. Oh, it looks like Mike Hawthorne's back on the art here, though.
I saw that. I wasn't too happy with him last time.
Yeah, he's fine, but he's not fucking Jorge Jimenez, right? So, like, I mean, that's a hard act to follow.
And they got Catwoman in this one too.
Yeah, I don't know. He, if you guys recall out there, he's the artist that did that arc we didn't really enjoy, where he went to the other dimension.
Yeah, when Back in Time, or
Superman 17. Zatanna's in this issue. It looks like.
Yeah, I think I might be reading this online.
Same.
I think it's a new arc.
Yeah, I'll read this online. Superman Zatanna team up. I'm into that. Wonder Woman 12. Yes.
Ooh, I think there's a spicy cover here.
Let's see here. Oh, there you go.
Swimsuit variant.
Yeah, Gilliam March swimsuit variant. That's a regular variant. Nice. Yep, I'll be grabbing that. Wow, there's some good fucking covers for this one. That's a sick ass fucking cover too. Oh man. Yeah, there's
a lot of good covers for that.
A lot of good covers. Yeah, and always the fucking A covers are always bangers too. These fucking covers that Danielle St. Pierre usually puts out. Really good. Okay. I think we got some guest artists on this issue too. Meet Wonder Woman's new sidekick, Robin. Okay, with art by Superstar 29. Yeah, okay, that's cool. All right. Green Lantern #14. No. Green Arrow 15. No. Okay, now we're going into the special section. 0 Hour 30th anniversary special #1. No. Fuck 0 Hour.
Yeah, I don't know.
You in?
No.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's the only one for special.
I know. Wait.
Yeah, it's an oversized issue, I guess, touching on this 90s event that they did, 0 Hour, which I have no interest in. Now here we are in the Elseworlds. Oh, look at this. The return of DC versus Vampires, World War V #1. With
Yeah, I think I'll be in for that.
the
I
same
liked it
team,
last time.
same team, too. James Tynion isn't co-writing it, but Matthew Rosenberg was the other writer that wrote that first one. And Otto Schmidt, same artist, returning. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. This is a 6-issue miniseries. Oh, this Jay Lee cover. Yes, I'm in for this. Is this a regular variant? Yeah, this is all day. I'm getting this one. I love Jay Lee. Jay Lee's kind of got like a gothic kind of looking style to his artwork sometimes.
Look at that one there, the Wonder Woman.
Which one?
No. More. That one
Yeah,
there.
that's good too. Yeah, but I gotta go with the Jay Lee for that personally. Me, I like this one. Dark Knights of Steel All Winter #2. Yes. Well, let's hope. Let's
I'm
hope
on the fence.
you're on the fence. I don't know. I'm in. I just hope these reruns of these series, which we did ask for more at the time when they did end, if you recall. We did enjoy both these series, Chris, when they first came out, but can they?
Yeah, with the same team though.
Yeah,
Who's writing this?
This is Tom Taylor and another person writing it, so he's still involved. Like, he's still in the mix. So
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm in. Gotham by Gaslight: The Kryptonian Age. Yes.
I'll probably read it because I think I got a couple of the first covers, the first two or something.
Okay, I get this cover right here. That's pretty sick. I'm all in on these Elseworlds. Obviously, I mean, like, let's hope they could continue the interest in those other main miniseries, because we were big fans of the first ones of DC versus Vampire and Dark Knights of Steel. So I hope they can continue with that. But I'm in for all three of these. I think Batman Office now, all the thousands of Batman books here. I thought Ron V was off of this book, but apparently he's still going. I thought I heard his run was ending soon. I don't know. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Here he is on this. No, I'm not reading this, but Batman and Robin 12. No. But Nightwing 117. Yes. This is part 4 or 5 of the Fallen Grayson. So it's the end of this. Got to get him on the beach. Beach Grayson. Yeah, I'll probably go with that regular cover on that one.
Yeah, the cover looks pretty good.
Batman Brave and the Bold 16. No. Although there's a Dead Man story in there. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like Dead Man. Gotham City Sirens is coming back? I didn't know this. Ooh.
But the thing is, another weekly one. If it wasn't weekly, I'd think about it.
Is this weekly just for that month?
I think so.
Okay. Because, I like the
first nice covers.
I like the original. Yeah, of course. I like the original Gotham City Sirens book. And I mean, obviously, these are all great characters. Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Catwoman. You definitely always get some cheesecakey covers when it comes to this kind of stuff, too. Some good covers here. Yeah. So this is weekly. Yeah. Leah Williams is writing it. It's a lot to like here. I don't know. I might be in. I don't know. Maybe I'll just wait for the trade.
I feel like I got burned like when that Harley Quinn one went weekly. That was just a freaking brutal story.
But this is meant to be a weekly series, right? Like, this isn't a series that just went weekly for the month. I don't know. I might pick it up. I don't know. It'll be like a game time decision for me.
Yeah.
I could probably get with it with some good. But if it's just the month and there's good covers like there is here, then I might be interested.
I'll definitely read it though.
Yeah. I'll check it out. Maybe I'll read it and then
the connecting covers there. Those ones there.
Yeah, that's a good cover. Some good ones here. Yeah. So 1 to 4. But yeah, I'll definitely read it. Birds of Prey 12. Yes. Oh, it's got some chibi one here. A DNA cover. That's pretty nice. They going to like they're in another dimension. Yeah, I guess they're just going to be dimension hopping right now in this book. It seems like after the last issue. So, Outsiders 10. No. Batman Offworld 6. Yes.
Nah, definitely read it.
Yeah, I've liked this series. Yeah, this is one of those series I feel like that's gotten better and better, and this is the finale here. Batman Dark Age 5. Yes. What the fuck? I don't know what's going on there. Oh, that's a nice cover too.
Yeah.
Is
Pretty
that
cool.
Jim Lee? Who is that? Robert Melly. Oh, kind of. He's trying to draw like the Jim Lee-ish kind of style. Hush. Then you got the Superman Office, Action Comics. No. You gonna get this one, Chris? With them all pairs.
Yeah, what the heck is that? You're gonna have a freaking summertime cover, and that's what you come up with? Get out of here.
Yeah, Action Comics 1068. You got Gail Simone and Rainbow Rowell.
Yeah, I think I'm out for this, Rock.
Yeah, Batman Superman World's Finest. Yes.
I might be in this one. It's looking good.
Oh, this is the Trinity now in this. Okay. Yeah. What kind of a fucking ugly cover is that? Jesus Christ. Like a Superman. Ugh. Oh, that's cool. That's like a Norm Brayfogle cover. That's an homage cover, I think, right there. Batman 85th anniversary cover. Yeah, that's, or maybe that's what this one is. I don't know, but this is a Norm Brayfogle Detective Comics cover. He redid that one. That's pretty nice. But yeah, I'll probably just go with this one here.
Yeah.
Power Girl 12. No.
Nah, I'm holding off on this one too.
She's still some good covers though.
She's still reading it.
She's still dealing with the aftermath of the not knowing if this guy was interested in her or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's on another date. Who knows?
Neil Before Zod number 8. No. The Flash number 12. No. Titans 14. Yes, I'll read this online anyways. I've been reading this digitally. And there's a Swamp Thing issue. Yeah, I'm in for sure. Yeah, this has been good. Oh, a Chris Samnee cover. That's a nice cover too. Let's see here. Next up, we got Green Lantern War Journal. No. Justice Society of America 12. This is the last issue, I believe, of this series. So yeah, I've been reading all this online digitally. It's been okay. So that's a nice cover though. Yeah, I'm gonna read it. I've read everything else. Shazam 14, no. My Adventures with Superman, no. And then we're in DC Black Label. So I just heard about this the other day. Tom King is doing a Jenny Sparks book, which is she's a character from The Authority from Wildstorm, like the Wildstorm label that they had DC Comics back in the day. Big fan of this character, big fan of that, The Authority. So I'll be checking this out.
I didn't read this online. I was thinking about picking this up, but I'm not too familiar with this character.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Jeff Spokes is they say rising artist here. I've seen some stuff he's done. He is a good artist. So definitely gonna check that one out. Let's see here. The Nice House by the Sea. Yeah, it's the sequel of Nice House on the Lake. Definitely gonna be reading that when it gets collected, if not by issues. Zatanna Bring Down the House 3. Yes.
Yeah. I guess that's what I'm getting.
Oh, I don't know. I like this one a lot too.
Not bad. Got some cheesecake covers there. It can't all be cheesecake.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Chris? This one or?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the style of the other one, but I'll go cheesecake all the way.
Yeah, I do like this one. Although that one might be variant covers Tula Lote, and there's a variant cover of her that's 125. This is Tula Lote, but maybe the one in 25 is this one that doesn't have words. I don't know. So that's 3 of 5. Yeah, I'm in. Boy Wonder 4. I read the first issue. It was fine. I don't know. Probably not going to continue though. John Constantine, Hellblazer Dead in America. No, I'll read it in trade when it comes out. Oh, this is cool. They're reprinting the Superman versus Muhammad Ali. They're doing a facsimile of this. This is cool. I actually have the original of this, but if you don't have that out here, this is really worth picking up. This is Neil Adams, who died now. Great artist. This is probably some of the best work he did. This is really cool. They did this issue of Muhammad Ali versus Superman. Have you ever read that, Chris?
No.
That's really fun. It's kind of cool too, because if you look at the cover, he did like likenesses of like a bunch of people that were like celebrities at that time when this book came out. Very, very cool.
I might get this one. It's fun seeing the ads too, because it's like like a reprint all the way through, like page for page.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is gonna be really coolish. I think this is worth it picking it up, honestly. And it's oversized, and I think it's extra issues. It's 72 pages. Yeah, that's what I meant. So very cool. And then a bunch of other facsimiles. That's probably the only one I think worth talking about there. And then there's some kids stuff, I think. That's it. Well, that's it for DC solicits. Okay, not too much there. All right, Chris, what are you looking forward to grabbing, reading next week?
Let's see what we got cooking here. Hold on.
On the way. And
let's find this up here. Where is it now? Yeah, so it's for May 22nd, I guess. There's Blood Hunt 2, Fall of the House of X. I don't know about this Ghost Spider. I don't think I'll be reading it. Oh, we got Amazing Spider-Man 50, so hopefully something big's going on there. I think I have Immortal Thor for one of the variant covers, an Arthur Adams variant.
Oh, cool.
Might read She-Hulk. Yeah, Wolverine 50 too. So yeah, that should be the end of that. So looking forward to that one. See how that story all ends up. Let's see what's going on in DC. I think I got Catwoman, Nightwing, Superman, Wonder Woman 9. Let's see what's happening there too. That's looking good. And Image, yeah, I guess Cobra Commander 5, Local Man 10. And I think that's maybe Void Rivals 9 too.
Yeah. Next week, is that it for you?
Yeah.
I got, good week next week. Batman Off-World number 5, Batman Superman World's Finest. I don't know what the number says, 27. Yeah. Nightwing, 114, Wonder Woman 9, Amazing Spider-Man 50. I got the Greg Capullo variant coming next week. That's, really looking forward to that. Blood Hunt Red Band edition number 2. Better keep that poly bag, Chris. Cobra Commander number 5, Fall of the House of X number 5. Yeah, a lot of ends and starts next week. It looks like Void Rivals number 9, and then I'm just looking to see if that's everything I'm picking up physical release of. Let's see if there's anything I'm going to be reading digitally here very quickly. Just looking at DC right now. I don't know if you were still reading Catwoman. Did you mention that? That comes out next week. Superman, I'll definitely read that because that's the House of Brainiac stuff. Titans 11, I'll read probably digitally. And then looking at Marvel. I don't know if there's anything else here. Wolverine, like you said, I'm definitely going to be checking out. She-Hulk, I'll probably check out. I don't think there's anything else from Image. I think I said all that. Like, I think it was just all the Energon stuff that I'm reading there. Oh, Rook Exodus number 2 comes out next week, which is that one of those books from the Ghost Machine. I'll check that out. But yeah, Marvel, like you said, there's Wolverine, there's She-Hulk. I think a lot of the other big ones, I'm not reading Thor anymore. I think a lot of the other big ones that we talked about already are ones that we're already picking up. So, not too much else here for me. Yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, good week. All right. That being said, Chris, out of the books you read this week, I know there's not many, not much to choose from, but you must pick one.
You gotta pick one. I'll take Doom, though. Doom was okay.
Yeah, Doom number 1. You know what? This is probably my runner-up, but I got to go with Fish Flies. I've really enjoyed this series, and I have a feeling if you did end up reading this probably would have beat out Doom as well.
Probably.
But yeah, I think Doom was definitely the runner-up for me this week. But yeah, Fish Flies number 6, which I'm really looking forward to the conclusion of next week.
You have some contenders though for, like I say, our end of year special.
Yeah, there definitely was some stinkers amongst a bunch of books here this week. So hey, they can't all be bangers, right? But anyways, always a good time though, Chris. Thank you for doing this here, making an appearance, so to speak. Here, nice to see you're still alive out there. We gotta get together soon for sure. Off the air. I don't know if I'm talking to an AI over there or what's going on. No, I'm just playing around. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week as always. On the channel here, make sure to like and subscribe as always. Check out our stuff, and thanks to Chris. All right, cheers, guys.
All right. Cheers.
Have a good night.
Later.